Hello beautiful humans and welcome to my channel. Today I am doing a Gigi Hadid inspired makeup look. This is the look she wore to the 2016 American Music Awards. I was on my Instagram yesterday, I was just scrolling through my feed and I happened upon a picture of her looking like a goddess and I was like, what? I have to do that. That is incredible. That is just the most beautiful thing I've ever seen and my face is like a toad. So I kind of thought I would recreate it. I really loved creating this look. I loved researching it. I loved taking inspiration. I'm definitely going to do more looks like this on my channel. Without further ado, if you would like to see how I achieved this look, then please keep watching. Okay, so Gigi is renowned. She is just known for having amazing, glowing, beautiful, radiant skin. So I'm just going to start out with using moisturiser. I'm just using the simple hydrating light moisturiser. And then since her look wasn't actually that glowy this time, usually she is a lot sort of glowier and more radiant, I'm just going to use my infallible mattifying base because her face wasn't too intense. It was quite sort of matte. Okay, so her makeup artist for this look was Erin Parsons, who is a Maybelline makeup artist. She actually started out as in the Air Force, which is kind of crazy, but she's worked under Pat McGrath. She used all Maybelline products because she works in Maybelline. So I don't have the exact products that she used, but I do know what they were. She used the Maybelline Blush Nudes palette, which I'm so annoyed because I actually have the Maybelline the Nudes palette, I just don't have the Blush Nudes. So I'm just going to kind of recreate what I think it looks like. It's really difficult to tell with the sort of like cameras and the lights and everything. I tried to get as many angles as I could. I tried to look up photos from the red carpet as well as during the show. So it kind of looked to me like a glittery eye and then sort of brown on the outside, like in the outer corner, and then blended in. So I'm just going to start with my Maybelline 24-hour barely branded color tattoo, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid to give a nice shinier base. Okay, so like I said, I do have the Maybelline the Nudes palette. I don't have the Blush Nudes palette that was actually used in the look, but I'm just going to use this shade from just the regular the Nudes palette. I'm just going to put that on my actual lid. Okay, and then because she had such a beautiful sparkling eye, I'm just going to go in with my Barry M body glitter and I'm just going to put this just on my eyelid again. I might actually spray my brush with my L'Oreal Infallible Fixing Mist because it's not really packing enough on, and that's a really good tip if you have, because this is just a loose powder, so if you have a loose pigment or a loose powder, a really good tip for kind of packing it on, or even just any eyeshadow to get more intensity, is to spray the brush with MAC Fix Plus or just any kind of fixing mist that you have. So you can see the difference between the two eyes when this is the one with the fixing mist and this is just the packing it on with a dry brush. So on the outside of her eye and then sort of blended in, she had a really lovely warm matte brown colour. So I'm just going to go back in with my Maybelline the Nudes palette and I'm just going to use this shade here, which isn't that warm, but I may sort of layer another one on top of it. I'm not really sure yet. I'll just see how it looks and then go from there. Okay, yeah, so that's definitely not warm enough for me, so I'm just going to go in with my Sleek Storm palette, and I'm just going to use this sort of like a tan, warm brown shade, and I'm just going to go right over the top. Okay, that is looking a lot better now, and I've kind of taken a lot of the glitter off from blending, so I'm not going to go back in with the glitter, but I am going to use another shade from this Sleek palette. I'm just going to use this sort of really shimmery shade, and I'm just going to put that over my lid. Okay, and then just a little bit more glitter over the top. For my mascara, I'm just going to use my Maybelline Lash Sensational mascara, which is actually the mascara she used. And I couldn't find any information about false lashes, but if you look closely, she's definitely wearing false eyelashes. So I'm just going to go in with my Cheryl Cole Eylure Girls Night Lashes. And these are really good because they go sort of out at the outer corner. They kind of get longer, and that's exactly the eyelashes that she was wearing. Not these exact ones, but ones that do that. These eyelashes are so on their last leg. Oh my gosh, I really need to get new ones. Okay, and then I'm just going to wipe off all this fallout glitter off my face, and I will be right back. Okay, so all the glitters is gone. Now, I do not have the foundation that she was using. She used the Master Contour Stick combined with the Fit Me Matte Foundation. I don't have those, so I'm just going to use my Rimmel Match Perfection foundation, and then I'm also using my Simple BB Perfecting Balm. It's like a foundation when I want to be sort of glowier. But before I do that, I'm just going to color correct my face using my sleek color correcting palette. And if you ever wonder why Gigi's skin is so perfect, apparently her makeup artist, her usual makeup artist is called Patrick Tar. You should check him out. He has an amazing Instagram. He does all the stars, all the celebrities. He's only 25 and he's been doing it for 5 years, and he didn't even train. Like, he just was found on like Instagram or something. So he is incredible. He usually does her makeup, and what he says is he exfoliates her skin like before a red carpet event. So he uses, I think it's like an Origins exfoliator, but he just basically does that and then puts on her makeup. He also puts on lots of stuff underneath her foundation to like make her skin really radiant. He mixes in her foundation with a Giorgio Armani gold sort of illuminator. So there's lots of different tricks to why her skin looks amazing. So if you're thinking, oh my goodness, I have horrible skin, I will never look like her, just think her skin isn't perfect. She has issues like everybody else does, and there's ways you can get around that. There's ways you can use makeup to trick the eye. There's ways you can smooth out your skin by exfoliating. So yeah, don't feel disheartened when you see celebrities and look amazing, because you can too. There's different ways to do it. And I mean, I have horrible skin. I get really bad acne sometimes. It's not as bad now, but I used to feel really down about it because I thought, oh, there's these people with perfect skin. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Just exfoliate, use makeup to hide things. Correcting palettes are really, really good if you have pigmentation as well. I basically just built this up like tons and tons and tons on my face to get that sort of flawless look. It's still not completely flawless, but what are you gonna do? Okay, so next I'm just going to conceal under my eyes, around my nose, down the center of my nose with my Maybelline Eraser Eye Concealer. Now, she uses strobing a lot, Erin Parsons, for Gigi's makeup, and also Patrick Tar also uses strobing a lot with her makeup. That seems to be her look, sort of strobing, contour. Everybody seems to think that contour is going somewhere and strobing is going somewhere, but I think it's staying around, and I love my highlight and I love my contour, so I am going to brighten up the parts of my face that you want to bring forward to the eye, that you want the light to catch. So I'm just going to do sort of the center, my cupid's bow, and my chin. And I'll also go over this with highlight as well, but I always think it helps to contour. I mean, this is like a, you know, glam night out red carpet makeup look, so obviously you wouldn't do it this crazy in real life. I mean, some people do. I'm just going to blend it out. Okay, now her contour was real harsh in this look, and Erin Parsons used the Master Series Strobe and Contour Stick and palette, and I don't have that, so I'm just going to use my Makeup Revolution contour palette, and it's quite a sort of warm contour, but it's also quite dark, and I'm going to use a small dense brush to sort of pack it on first, then I'm going to blend it out, put some bronzer around it and stuff like that to make it look more natural. But this isn't a very natural makeup look, so yeah, I'm going to go for quite a harsh contour, and I'm just going to blend two of the shades. So I'm going to blend this sort of dark brown shade and then this lighter brown, sort of warmer shade. Okay, I just realized I completely forgot to set my face, so I'm just going to do that now with my Rimmel Stay Matte powder. Okay, and because I want to keep the underneath of my eyes quite bright, I'm just going to set it with a different shade. I'm just going to use this shade from my Makeup Revolution contour palette. And I'm not going to powder my cheekbones. I'm going to leave those completely free of all powder because I really want those to pop and be really nice and glowy. Okay, now Gigi had quite a strong nose contour going on. I don't know if she usually does that, but I did notice that she definitely had her nose contoured. So I'm just going to go back in with those exact same shades using a small Real Techniques shading brush. Yeah, the Real Techniques shading brush, and I'm just going to contour my nose. Okay, and then I've just gone over that contour again with that sort of lighter, warmer shade because I just felt like it wasn't warm enough still. So I'm just kind of building it up, just keep going back in, building it up. Don't put too much on to begin with because you can end up with just a stripe that's almost impossible to blend out. So I just like to put it on slowly and build it up, get the color right, get the shape right, and blend it like into your hairline so it kind of drifts off. Okay, and then I'm just going to sort of warm up my face slightly with my Physicians Formula Light Bronze Pearl Powder Palette Mineral Glow Pearls. And this is such a gorgeous, gorgeous bronzer. It is so, so beautiful for if you want like a really glowing goddess bronzed look. So I'm just going to put this sort of around the perimeter of my face, kind of just warm it up, and slightly onto my cheeks as well. So like I said, Erin used the Strobe and Contour Stick, but I do not have that. For highlight, I'm actually just going to use the same Maybelline Color Tattoo that I used for the base of my eyeshadow. I'm just going to use this where I would normally highlight. That is actually such a beautiful highlight. Like, I've never actually used that for a highlight before, but that is so gorgeous. It's like a glowing sort of natural look. I'm really digging that. Okay, and now for brows. Gigi always has natural brows. Like, I have to stress natural brows. So I'm just going to use a powder, just the one I always use, which is from the Maybelline The Nudes palette, and I'm just using this sort of grey brown shade, and I'm just going to put not that much in, just a tiny bit in. I'm mainly focusing on the actual look of my brows being brushed up and out and kind of natural looking rather than like a line, like two caterpillars on my face. So I always start by brushing my brows down just so I can easily see the spaces to fill in, and then I'm just going to go in with an angled brush, and I'm not going to do this in any sort of precise way. I'm just going to fill in around about where all the spaces are. But seriously guys, her brows are so sparse and natural. Like, they're not crazily overdone. I mean, I guess her whole sort of brand, if you like, her kind of signature look is quite natural, so just anything that makes your makeup look more natural but still kind of glam. And I think eyebrows are so important for the whole look of your makeup. They completely change your face shape, they completely change the vibe of the makeup, so I would say that eyebrows are really important for this look. Right, so that's it. I'm not going to touch them anymore. I'm just going to brush them. So because my actual brow hairs are really long, they kind of look a little bit ridiculous when I just brush them up. I look a little bit like a caveman. So I'm going to slightly brush them to the side, just the sort of tops of them. I brush them up, and then the very tops, just the bit that sort of sticks out, I'm going to brush to the side. Okay, so we are nearly done with the makeup look. I'm next going to go in with that same sleek palette. I'm just going to use that same warm light brown shade. And she had quite a smudged out look underneath the eyes, so I'm just going to go in underneath with that same brush I used to contour my nose. And I'm just going to really gently smudge it out and kind of bring it up to sort of join on with the rest of the eye look, so it kind of makes it all seamless. Okay, onto lips. Now this is the part I struggled with the most because somehow I do not own a single coral lip shade. Like, I don't have any orange lipsticks, anything coral, anything at all. So I really struggled with this. The actual lipsticks that were used were, okay, so she used All Fired Up and Orange Danger before adding a dot of Wickedly White to just the center of the lips for like an ombre effect. These are just the Colour Sensational lipsticks. Now I do own quite a few Maybelline Colour Sensational lipsticks. They're probably my favorite drugstore lipsticks, and I have two in front of me. Neither of them are orange, but I'm just gonna see what I can do with concealer, and I don't know, I'm just gonna have to see what I can come up with. But I just got the colours Pink Punch and Fatal Red, and I'm just gonna kind of mix, so one of them's a pink, one of them's a red, and I'm just gonna kind of mix them. I'm gonna also go on with some concealer and just kind of try and come up with something that sort of looks corally, so wish me luck. I'm just gonna mute out the colour of my lips first. This is just the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Okay, and then I'm just gonna go on with Fatal Red. Instead of mixing in the pink, I might actually, I have no idea if this is going to work or not, but I'm just going to try putting some of my color corrector, because yellow and red make orange, or at least they should. So I'm just going to see what that looks like. It actually kind of works. Okay guys, so that is the finished look. I really hope you guys enjoyed it. I really loved filming this look. I love sort of taking inspiration from people. I love researching things. So I'm definitely going to do more of this kind of thing on my channel. I'm thinking of kind of branching into more celebrity makeup, film makeup, because I really love that kind of thing. So if you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up so I know that you liked it. Please leave me a comment. Did you like the makeup? Would you like to see something else? I would love to do what you guys want to see. Please subscribe to see more of this type of video, and I will see you again next time. Bye guys.